Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to vlog 4. I'm actually back in Canada now, but I have like the whole month's worth of editing to do. So yeah, let's get right into it. So right after I got back from Swan Lake, I went to bed and I woke up the next morning. So this is now the first day that the program officially starts. They gave us a complimentary backpack and a fit to wear for the first day. And dude, for the breakfast, we had to all wake up at 7 a.m. So I was like dead, especially after traveling so long. Like, you gotta keep in mind, this is pretty much 24 hours after I landed in China. I'm still not caught up on the jet lag at all, but I wasn't about to be late to the opening ceremony. Okay, so it's day 2. I just woke up. They gave me this outfit to wear. If you look at the shirt, this might be a good time to show you the apartment too. It's more of a hotel, honestly, but my stuff is kind of everywhere, but it's quite nice. It has a TV. That's outside. So it's quite nice. Yeah, 2 beds, sharing it with Ben. Orientation is in half an hour. Breakfast is in like now, actually, so I have to run. Right after I recorded this bit, I went straight to breakfast. I actually ate with 2 Russian nuclear scientists, which was really, really cool. I mean, even just saying that sounds crazy. After this, I left the hotel and I went straight to the orientation. One thing I actually didn't know at this time was the temperature differential between the hotel and outside was so big that when I took my camera out, there was actually a thin film of water that would form around the lens and also the sensor. So if I filmed right after I left the hotel, there would be this like halation, soft, angel-like effect. So I had to wait maybe 10 to 15 minutes going outside. So I'm sorry for this. I only realized it maybe a few days in. But yeah, the opening ceremony was pretty cool. They gave just like a history of Hefei, a history of the place. They were like, oh, welcome. You guys are all exceptional students from around the world.
It's fantastic to see you all gathering here today at USTC. And you traveled from some of the most prestigious universities around the world to be part of this exciting summer adventure. So first, congratulations on making it here. So this program is about research, you know.
But yeah, the ceremony was maybe an hour and a half. And after that, we left the ceremony to go eat food. And this is my first time eating food on campus. So I walked to the mess hall and it's like 3 stories that we have to climb. And it's like 40 degrees, so I was kind of dying a little bit. But I went all the way there just to realize that I forgot my meal card. So then I had to walk all the way back to my hotel. On the way back, I passed this place called School of the Gifted Young, which I learned about in the opening ceremony. Apparently that's where they take like all the really cracked like 3-year-olds to 10-year-olds that go to college, like, you know, the ones that you hear about on the news. And then they train them there, and then they're like your classmates. So like the whole time actually while I was here, there were like little kids that were running around on campus, but they were like Einstein level geniuses that USTC was just fostering and teaching early. They had this little rug that they would change every day, and it had the day on it, so today was Monday. But yeah, anyway, I went back to my hotel, I grabbed my card, and actually my roommate Ben was there. So I took this opportunity to know him a little better. I was like, hey man, let's go get some food together. We didn't actually go back to the same mess hall. We went to explore because they had like 4 or 5 different cafeterias on campus. Like, there were a lot of food places to eat. So we went around exploring them all. I went inside, I had my camera on manual, and then like I walked back out, and then my camera just like, poof. So I forgot my meal card back in our campus. So me and Ben are here for round 2. We're deciding what to eat because it looks like there's multiple entrances. Oh wow. We decided to meet in the big mess hall where like pretty much everyone in the program was eating. Like, I can't stress how much selection there was here. Like,
I don't actually know what the difference is.
so this is the big mess hall. Like, they had so much traditional food here, and it was all so cheap. Like, you could fill your entire plate like this much, and it would cost you like $10 Canadian. So all this was, what, like 8 Canadian, 10 Canadian for a full plate? So yeah, then I grabbed my food. I sat down with my newfound group of friends, and we decided to go around exploring and just see what kind of facilities they had around campus. So the first place we went was we tried to look at the gym, but the gym was closed. But there was like this really cool hologram thing that they had in the elevator, which we were mesmerized by. So we kept like pushing it, going up and down on the other floors.
What's this? Is it?
Yeah, it's so cool. We decided to go across campus. So it was kind of laid out in 3 sections. There was like an east campus, a middle campus, and then a west campus. And I would say each one of these 3 sections were a little bigger than like the entirety of McMaster campus size. Oh yeah, and then they also had a south campus, but like that wasn't actually attached. It was maybe 5 kilometers down one way. It was like a separate campus. But so we walked all the way to middle campus because we wanted to see what the gym looked like there. And you guys probably saw this on my Instagram, but we found this one spot, this really cool corridor, and then a tree at the very end of the corridor. It was actually right next to the middle campus gym and the middle campus pool. So we stopped here for a bit, took a few pictures. Then after that, we found the gym. Here's a video of what it looks like. I thought it looked really cool. I didn't record it here, but they also had like big basketball courts, and they had a pool room. It was pretty cool. There were people that were coming in and playing like competitive pool, and it was like a full billiards room right next to the gym. Anyway, after scouting out the facilities, I went back into my room and I passed out for like 5 hours. And Ben passed out next to me too. So like we just slept away the entire first day because like we had to wake up so early and both of us were so jet lagged. Okay, so it's now like 7 p.m. I'm just leaving my room after taking a long nap, and I'm going to a chicken place somewhere by the south campus with a couple friends. So yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I did. I went there, I ate food, we chatted a little bit, and then I went to sleep, and that was the end of day 1. It was very light. So I'm deciding between whether I want to take the shuttle to the south campus and then go from there, or if I want to instead leave the campus and then after that take a taxi and get there. Hi.
How are you?
Okay, so now let's move on to day 2 of the program. This is, I think, where things start to pick up and get a little bit more interesting. So the first lecture was called, I actually forgot what the first lecture was called. I'm looking at the schedule now. So it says the first lecture was called The Beauty of Chemistry by Professor Liang Yan. So this one was really, really cool. Right off the bat, this was one of my favorite lectures because he talked about using Blender for science, and he also talked about how he used a lot of videography techniques to get like these really cool looking artistic results from the work that he was doing in the lab. So it was a lot of like using Blender and cameras to make art and to also teach other people about the field. And he said actually that a lot of the crystal growth backgrounds were used in Xiaomi and Huawei smart devices. So like if you own one of those phones, like there's some backgrounds on those watches that are the ones that he made, which is really cool. Yeah, so after this lecture, I sent the professor an email, and then I went straight back to my dorm, went to bed, woke up again for their afternoon event, which was a tea ceremony. So this one was really cool. They basically explained the importance of tea in Asia. And then one thing that was really cool was they explained why there are 2 distinct different ways that people say tea. Like people will say tea or people will say cha. And it actually turned out that the reason why that happened is because of the way that things were traded around the world. Everywhere where tea originated from places that were close to China, they pronounced it cha, closer to the Mandarin pronunciation, where it was traded using like the Silk Road and stuff like that. But everywhere that it came from Europe started pronouncing it as tea. So any place that pronounces tea closer to tea got their tea from Europe way back in the day, and anywhere that pronounces it closer to cha got it using the Silk Road from China. So fun little tidbit for you guys. But yeah, they gave us a whole bunch of different teas to try. They were like, try and guess which one's which. So then we tried to sort them out. We got it wrong, but like whatever, it was all part of the fun. And then they showed us how the tea was prepared. We got to try it. It was pretty cool. And then they also explained how the symbol for tea in Mandarin was actually supposed to represent a tea house, and you can actually see it in the shape. After this, I met my research group. So I met my lab partner, who was a physicist from Berlin, and then I also met someone that was from my research group who was part of the program that was there to help show me around. And we went out and about in the city of Hefei. So we went on the subway. You go to this ticket station, you can buy a ticket. Yeah, how does this work? So
You can use Alipay or WeChat to pay for it.
okay.
This is Alipay.
Yeah, I have Alipay.
You should open your mobile phone and square in the code.
Okay.
You just need to square it. And you should.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
This is your ticket.
Thank you. That's pretty cool. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Everything you can think of that you would do in your Western life, you can just do straight from your phone on these two apps using either WeChat or Alipay. The subways were super clean, super consistent, and they looked super nice too. Like you could see over here, they had like these big doors that were separating you from the people that were actually on the train. And you know, I couldn't help but think to myself, like, you know, if this thing ever existed in the TTC, it would be broken in like 5 minutes. Like some crackhead would just come and just smash the glass. But yeah, I can't remember exactly where we went here, but we got off the train and then we were just kind of walking out and about. So this is actually like, as soon as you get out from the subway station, there's kind of a mall just like instantly connected to it. So that's what you're seeing here.
Everything's so clean.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see yourself.
Yeah. Especially for like a subway too. We grabbed a little bit of food and then we went up the escalator out and about into the city. So this is footage of maybe downtown Hefei, I think it was. I know that we were definitely still in Hefei. But yeah, you can see like they have these massive displays everywhere. And then we went into this like park or garden maybe. And it was really cool. Like there was lots of cool architecture here. There were like these really nice bridges as well. There were also boats that were going across the lake. We didn't actually take one here, but we just watched them. There was also a Ferris wheel. Then we went back into the main area where it was like still looked very downtowny, you know what I mean? And we went to go get some food. So again, we were just out and about walking. There were a lot of interesting things that I saw. Like here's this one brand, which was like very clearly a knockoff Champion store. And then there were people that were trying to get us to look at their jewelry. So they had a guy that was sitting there who was just like hammering a piece of metal, but it was really clear he wasn't actually doing anything. Like he was just sitting there smashing like this rod. So we went into this like really small opening, and it was so strange because it was like two big shops and then this small place in between them. And then you walk into that opening and then it opens up like inside to this big, I wouldn't quite call it a mall, but it's like an indoor street parlor. And It felt like that one scene in Harry Potter, like when they're all waiting outside like the Quidditch stadium, and then you go into the tent, and then like inside the tent is this massive house, because like you could not tell from the outside that this place is that big.
Home sweet home. What? Excellent, excellent. Girls, choose a bunk and unpack. Ron, get out of the kitchen, we're all hungry.
Yeah, get out of the kitchen, Ron.
Feet off the table.
Feet off the table. I love magic.
But yeah, I mean, nighttime started to come. You could really see like how many LED lights there were, just absolutely everywhere. It was really cool, beautiful in a way I've never seen in America, because like nothing really is lit up like this except for a few exceptions, like maybe if you go down to New York and you see Times Square or something like that. The next big shock was, first of all, liquor was just sold everywhere. Second of all, how cheap the liquor actually was. Like, here, I'm gonna show you guys, like, I walk into this random store and like check out the prices on this thing. So if you look at the volume of this is 42% alcohol and it's 10 yuan. It's like a quarter of a Mickey, 125 milliliters, and this thing costs $2. Like, this thing is like literally like an absolute vodka thing, and it costs you $2. It's crazy. So then we were walking around, and then the next thing I saw that was really funny was it was like this knockoff Jordan store. It was called like Chow Dian, and it was like I don't even know what to say. Like, just take a look at it. Yeah, I know. That's why.
Everybody knows that. Wow, it's a funny joke.
So yeah, after that, we took the sub again. We went back to our dorms. And again, I just want to show you like how clean this subway looks, just everywhere. And then this scene, this is really funny. So this is actually like right as you enter the subway and you're going to the stop. There are like 10 security cameras pointing in every conceivable direction. Like, what could you possibly need this many security cameras in one area for? Like, I understand, like, okay, have 1 point this way, 1 point this way, and you're good. But why do you need like 30 pointed in like every conceivable direction in one spot? It doesn't even make sense. After this point, nothing really happened. I went straight home and started recording vlog 1, and then I played Mario Kart with my roommate before heading to bed. You know, I've been a Nintendo fanboy all my life. When I was a kid, I was glued to my Nintendo DS and my Wii. Half of my childhood was spent playing these games, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario 64. And the reason why was because the level design was so alluring. There was something so foreign, so whimsical and out of this world that it just somehow had a way of pulling me in. Walking around China gave me a sense of nostalgia. And then I realized it's because it evoked the same feelings in me that I felt way back then. This whole place felt like an extremely well-designed video game. Keep in mind what I'm showing you is a small city in China. My friends called it the Saskatchewan of China, and it has a population of 12 million people, more than 25% of Canada. But you walk around here and it looks like Times Square, and you go to the mall and it's the same size as the West End. I can tell you confidently that on this day, something fundamentally got rewired in my brain about how I perceive the world. And I went to bed thinking, if this is a small city in China, I cannot wait to see what the rest of this trip has in store for me.